We'll get another chair.
No.
Get your chair. మీరు తెలుగు క్వశ్చన్ లాస్ట్ కుదరతారా ఈ రోజు? కట్టన్ రేసర్ ఆల్రెడీ తెలుగు మీడియా అయిపోయింది, మళ్ళీ వచ్చారు. బాగున్నారా? నవ్వండి సార్, అంత సీరియస్గా ఉంటే ఎట్లా మీరు?
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this very interesting, engaging session, and it is my privilege and honor to welcome you all to this curtain raiser of 30th CI Partnership Summit, one of India's most prestigious global platforms for business dialogue, collaboration and investment. For 3 decades now, the Partnership Summit has served as a beacon of India's economic diplomacy, bringing together leaders from government, industry and academia to shape the future of global trade, technology and growth. This year, the summit holds special significance for all of us in Andhra Pradesh because of the 30th Partnership Summit returns back to the city of destiny, Visakhapatnam, which is fast transforming as a city of opportunities now. We're deeply honored that Andhra Pradesh has been chosen as the host state for this milestone edition under the visionary leadership of our Honorable Chief Minister, Shri Nara Chandrababu Naidu Garu. The Chief Minister's mission to modernize governance, attract investments and foster innovation has ushered in a new era of confidence and momentum. His proactive and reform-oriented approach has perfectly aligned with CI's ethos of competitiveness, sustainability and inclusive growth. Today the mood across the industry is unmistakably one of optimism and renewed confidence. There is a strong sense that Andhra Pradesh is back on the fast track, and this time with a sharper focus, greater preparedness and a global ambition at scale. We are witnessing a visible uptick in investment inquiries and business interest cutting across both domestic and international investors. And if you see, in just the last 17 to 18 months, the state has seen a slew of big investment proposals and announcements estimated at around $120 billion plus from leading names such as Google, TCS, ArcelorMittal, BPCL, Reliance and so on. These are not isolated investments or announcements. They are a reflection of trust and credibility that Andhra Pradesh has regained under the leadership of our Honorable Chief Minister. There are multiple factors driving this resurgence: a stable and visionary government, clarity of policy direction, a robust infrastructure push, a strong focus on energy and industry, and a highly enabling ecosystem that supports ease and speed of doing business now. The state's investor-friendly policies, world-class ports, industrial corridors and the upcoming green energy zones are providing to be a major attractors for both domestic and international investors in the manufacturing as well as services sectors. And Andhra Pradesh today stands as one of India's most progressive investment destinations, powered by governance reforms, infrastructure expansion and a deep commitment to transparency and efficiency. And as Chairman of CI Andhra Pradesh, I feel so proud to share that the Partnership Summit 2025 is to be held in Visakhapatnam. It will be the largest and the most impactful edition ever. The summit will be chaired by Shri Piyush Goyal, Honorable Minister of Commerce and Industry, Government of India, and co-chaired by Shri Nara Chandrababu Naidu Garu, Honorable Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh. The summit will be inaugurated by Mr. C.P. Radhakrishnan, Honorable Vice President of India, marking a truly a momentous beginning of his career. Let me also express a heartfelt gratitude to Shri Nara Lokesh Garu, Honorable Minister for HRD, IT, Electronics and Communication, RTG, Government of Andhra Pradesh, for gracing this occasion and for his dynamic leadership in driving transformative growth in the state. We are expecting participation of over 2,500 delegates, including more than 1,500 business leaders from over 50 countries, along with senior ministers, investors and thought leaders. Over 30 overseas ministers are expected to address the gathering, making this one of the largest international business congregation hosted ever in Andhra Pradesh. We are also expecting around 400 MOUs to be signed during the summit, representing an investment potential of nearly 10 lakh crores, projected to create more than 7.5 lakh new employment opportunities across sectors such as renewable energy, infrastructure, IT and electronics, food processing and advanced manufacturing. This year's theme, technology, trust and technology trust and trade, navigating the new geo-economic order could not be more timely. It reflects the shifting dynamics of our global economy, where technology and trust have become the true currencies or cornerstones of progress, and where collaboration is the key to building resilient and inclusive growth. So on behalf of CI Andhra Pradesh, I extend a very warm welcome and extend an invitation to all the stakeholders, including the investors, innovators, policymakers and entrepreneurs, to join us in Visakhapatnam on the 14th and 15th November for the CI Partnership Summit 2025. So let us all come together to build these new partnerships, explore transformative ideas and shape a shared future for prosperity. And not just for Andhra Pradesh, but for the country as a whole. Yeah. Thank you so much. May I request before I request invite the Honorable Minister, may I request to play the audio video? Yeah, please.
Where speed defines success, here it turns into impact. Where ideas become industries into contact. Where opportunity doesn't just grow, it multiplies. With 1,053 kilometers of coastline, Andhra Pradesh is building a fifth economic emerging as India's maritime powerhouse. Seamless connectivity, rising export hubs. The world is coming here, faster and ever. 1 to 3 major industrial corridors, the Visakhapatnam-Chennai, Chennai-Naidu, and Hyderabad-Bengaluru corridors. From food processing and textiles to pharma, biotech, and advanced manufacturing. From electronics, semiconductors, and IT to automobiles, EVs, and clean energy. Strengthened by open logistics, digital services, and a thriving tourism and creative economy. Backed by a young, skilled talent pool, enabled by forward-thinking policies, driven by single window portal and excellence investment tools. Across renewable energy, electronics, pharma, logistics, and more, Andhra Pradesh is building the industries of tomorrow today. The world's leading investors aren't just looking at Andhra Pradesh, they're choosing it for speed to market, for access to global supply chains, for leadership that removes roadblocks, not resources. This year, the global business community gathers here to lead, to collaborate, to build what's next, faster. This November 14th and 15th, join us at the CII Partnership Summit 2025 in Visakhapatnam. Companies driven by speed choose Andhra Pradesh.
Honorable Minister to address. I would like to take this have privilege to introduce him, one of India's most dynamic young political leaders, Shri Naidu Lokesh, Honorable Minister for Human Resources Development, Information Technology, Electronics and Real-Time Governance in the Government of Andhra Pradesh. He is an alumnus of Stanford University, where he earned his MBA, and at Carnegie Mellon University, where he completed his Master's in Management Information Systems. Shri Lokesh brings together a world-class academic background with deep grassroots experience. He has been playing a transformative role in shaping Andhra Pradesh digital infrastructure, skilling ecosystems, and e-governance reforms, laying the foundation for a modern, technology-driven state. Under his visionary guidance, the state has also partnered with the likes of Meta to launch Manamitra, a first-of-its-kind WhatsApp-based governance platform that provides citizens with seamless access to hundreds of government services through a single WhatsApp number. His landmark, more than 3,100 kilometer Yuvagalam Padayatra, a journey that connected him with citizens across towns and villages, reaffirmed his enduring commitment to inclusive and innovation-led growth. And under his leadership, Andhra Pradesh has rapidly emerged as one of India's fastest growing investment destinations, attracting over 10 lakh crores, of which is USD 120 billion, in fresh commitments within the just last 15 to 18 months. And Shri Lokesh has been instrumental in conceptualizing and driving several transformative initiatives, most notably of the recent times the Google's $15 billion AI data hub in Visakhapatnam, the largest single FDI project in India's history, positioning the city as the nation's next generation digital capital. Thank you very much, sir. Widely recognized for his emphasis on the speed of doing business, investor-friendly reforms, and technology-led governance, Shri Lokesh is steering Andhra Pradesh towards becoming a global hub of innovation, advanced manufacturing, and sustainable development. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming a visionary reformer, a champion of innovation, a leader shaping the future of Andhra Pradesh, Sri Nara Lokesh. Thank you.
You broke sweat.
It is to introduce a tall figure and
thank you.
like you takes.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for coming to this press meet. It is our formal invitation to visit us in Visakhapatnam to our partnership summit that is being held on 14th and 15th of this month. As already introduced, I had embarked on a Padayatra, 3,132 kilometers, which covered the length and breadth of my state. There are many experiences in my Padayatra that have shaped who I am today, and one of it was a woman called Mohana. And this was one woman who was making bhajis on the side of the road. This was one of the earlier constituencies, during my Padayatra, one of the very first constituencies that I walked. And in there when I met her and I sat next to her and I asked her what she expects from the new government. She said for the last 30 years she's been sitting there making bondas, selling it, and she has 2 kids who she educated very well. She lost her husband to alcohol, and she said that just give them jobs, find them jobs. And this is something that echoed across the youth of Andhra Pradesh. I did various programs like Hello Lokesh and so on and so forth, where their only request was that to create opportunities to work. So, as part of the manifesto committee, we made 6 promises, and the first promise was to create 20 lakh jobs in the 5 years of the NDA government. So it's the Super 6 promise. The first promise is that. So for us, it's not just a target; it is a pledge to the youth of Andhra Pradesh. And this is perhaps one of the biggest employment mission that has ever been undertaken by a state in India. So every single policy that we have created is with a clear focus to create jobs. And that was the single driving agenda with which our policies have been created. So if you look at it in the last 16 months, we've had firm commitments of $120 billion worth of investments. So these are not MOUs that we have signed and forgotten. In fact, quite a few of them we haven't even signed an MOU. So one great example of it is ArcelorMittal. They're going to build India's largest steel plant in already a steel city called Visakhapatnam. South of Visakhapatnam, they're building a steel plant, and we have no MOU with ArcelorMittal. And it got concluded. The entire understanding with Aditya Mittal and I got concluded over a Zoom call. And the second example of it is, of course, Google, which is India's largest FDI investment ever. And that's again coming to Visakhapatnam, our data city. So that's a testimony of how we have attracted global investments. Even if you look at solar manufacturing, out of the top 10 manufacturers in India, 5 of them are setting up their manufacturing plants in Andhra Pradesh. This is in the Rayalaseema part of Andhra Pradesh. BPCL is investing about 1 lakh crore in refinery. NTPC is investing about 1.65 lakh crores building a green hydrogen hub again south of Visakhapatnam. So each of these investments, though we're talking about the investment quantum, for me it is the number of jobs it creates, and that is what is very, very important for me and of course all of us sitting here, and that's the promise that we have made. The partnership summit, the theme is quite clear from Andhra's perspective, which is companies driven by speed choose Andhra Pradesh. Across sectors, we have seen that the investment quantum is substantially increasing. Even homegrown companies are investing, even medium-sized companies are investing, north of 1,000 crores in capital expansion, new location. Even a 6 months delay, even a 3 month delay, even a month delay changes their entire business plan. In some cases, it makes it unviable. So speed is the most important thing that is driving investments today here in Andhra Pradesh. That's why companies like TCS, Cognizant, and few more have chosen Andhra Pradesh given the negative sentiment in the sector. because that is the speed that we have delivered. And if you look at it, it's not just in IT. We have extended across blue collar jobs, so manufacturing is core to us. Hospitality is also very, very important. We are one of the very first states to recognize tourism as an industry and give it that status. And the target given by our Honorable Chief Minister is to create 50,000 rooms over the next 3.5 years, because we have finished 1.5 year of a term. So far we have signed about 8,500 keys. The rest we will also complete. So speed is what defines Andhra Pradesh today, and that I believe is our competitive advantage. So a lot of people ask me, why Andhra Pradesh? I'll give you 3 distinct reasons. First one, I think I've spoken about it quite a bit. Our branding is quite clear. Speed. Second is our leader. Mr. Naidu is a leader who has a clear track record of creating new ecosystems, building new cities. So we have an amazing brand, Babu, and we don't hesitate to use it to the maximum extent possible. Please also understand that, all the companies that we have grounded are because of the relationships that he has built over the last 4.5 decades of his political career. So these are relationships that we've leveraged, we've worked on, we've interacted, and we're able to ground such amazing companies to Andhra Pradesh. The third clear reason, and I'm sure all of you would have heard in my public speeches also, while many states in India have double engine sarkar, only Andhra Pradesh has double engine bullet train sarkar. I call it the Namo government. Namo is not just Narendra Modi ji, it's Naidu and Modi ji together. So we have the double engine bullet train sarkar, we're working exceptionally hard. We are very much aligned with the Honorable Prime Minister's vision of Vikasit Bharat. And we have our Swarnandhra vision, which is $2.4 trillion economy by 2047. So we have clear targets, and for all of you who know Mr. Naidu, he's an extremely tough taskmaster. And we've lost track of what day it is. Monday, Saturday, Sunday, everything has just become another day to work harder. So these are clear, distinct reasons why entrepreneurs are choosing Andhra Pradesh, and why upcoming entrepreneurs, next generation entrepreneurs should choose Andhra Pradesh. So 14th, 15th of November is our partnership summit in Visakhapatnam. Thanks to CI for giving Andhra Pradesh the opportunity again. CI and Mr. Naidu have a very, very deep relation. It goes back to the early 90s. If you look at the first sustainable building that we have built in Hyderabad, to various partnership summits that we have done together, I think more than 50% of the partnership summits, close to I think 50% of the partnership summits that CI has held has been with Andhra Pradesh, combined Andhra Pradesh, now also bifurcated Andhra Pradesh. So I'd like to thank CI for giving us the opportunity to do it. And why do we call this partnership summit? So it's an opportunity for investors, policy makers, government, and people to come together to look at what are the next generation opportunities. So what are the opportunities in sectors like quantum, AI, material sciences? What are those opportunities that present? And that's what makes it very unique. Yes, there will be MOU signings, and all MOUs are vetted. All these MOUs will be grounded in 12 months flat. So we expect to sign north of about 410 MOUs, in addition to about $120 billion worth of investment. So 120 is already done. This is the next $120 billion. These will create close to 7.5 lakh jobs in the state of Andhra Pradesh. So we are looking at investments across sectors, and this will continue to drive the entire relationship together. Partnership Summit is very exciting. Of course, Piyush Goyal ji is joining us, our homegrown MOCA minister. So Ramu is also going to be there. 300 participants across 45 countries are going to be here. 3 out of the G20 nations are going to be represented. 12 multilateral organizations, and we have 72 international speakers who are also going to attend. While MOUs is one part, the larger part is of course the dialogues, and these are meaningful dialogues that will, we believe, set the tone not only for Andhra Pradesh, for the nation. And thanks to CI, we have 48 sessions including one plenary, 27 technical sessions, 3 standalone sessions, and 11 state-specific sessions. So Andhra Pradesh is also a part of it, but other states, as this is Partnership Summit, other states also will be represented. And run up to the Partnership Summit, there are many foundation stones that are getting laid, ribbon cuttings are also happening. So you will hear a lot of exciting news coming out of Andhra Pradesh starting tomorrow to the next 3.5 years of this government. So the three-way partnership is a center to Andhra Pradesh. If you look at our policies also, apart from Amravati, which is a people-led movement, farmers have given their land, we are building a greenfield capital city and they're benefiting out of this. But we have also come up with a policy where 10 farmers together can come and build an industrial park together, and we will support it. So as a state, we believe that landowners have an important role to play, farmers have an important role to play. That is why we take this Partnership Summit true in terms of letter and spirit, and that's what makes again Andhra Pradesh very unique. Yes, we are very ambitious. We will compete. Our motto is very clear: when states compete, India wins. Our target as a state, and the target given to me by the Honorable Chief Minister, is to clearly attract $1 trillion worth of investment. With that as a target, we are working with everyone possible on the planet. We are not country specific, sector specific. Our strength is our cluster. Cluster is where we bring all the industries related to one sector together, and verticals are all the companies that make various components of that particular sector. A great example is of course the mobile phones that all of us cannot live without. From the camera lens module to the screen, the Li battery to the haptic engine, the whole 9 yards, again in one cluster. That's what we call vertical. Horizontal is where I play a larger role as a HRD minister, is that it's education, specialized programs, lifelong learning like skill development, testing, certification, everything coming into one cluster. That is what makes again Andhra Pradesh very unique. So a lot of clusterization, close to 15 clusters are already operational. We have a very strong position. Like 50% of India's air conditioning comes from Andhra Pradesh. Very strong position. Medical devices manufacturing made in India. Again, Visakhapatnam has a very strong role to play in it. So across various sectors, we are open to doing business. You will hear about it quite in detail during our Partnership Summit and post our Partnership Summit. So this is a short and sweet introduction to what we have achieved in Andhra Pradesh over the last 16 months and what we intend to achieve for the next 3.5 years. And then if my friends from media have any questions, I'm willing to answer them. Thank you very much. Let them get a chance, yeah? Telugu media, I'll give you separate. Let English get done, then I'll come back. Yes, sir.
I'm Vedita from ABP Live. You mentioned $1 trillion of investment.
Use the mic there.
That's okay, I can hear you. Go ahead.
So is there a time frame by which you want to achieve this? And also in terms of FDI attractiveness, what sort of land do you think Andhra Pradesh would occupy?
Well, pre-2024, that is if you look at pre-NDA government in Andhra Pradesh, we never even figured out in the list of states to invest in. And in FDI was, distant. I mean, we were not even relevant. From there to being like attracting the single largest FDI investment in Indian history, to looking at ArcelorMittal now coming in and various other investments coming in. So $1 trillion is a target that we've given ourselves for the next 5 to 7 years. And these are firm commitments. So let's take ArcelorMittal as an example. It's about close to about 1.2 lakh crore investment. It will get invested over 3 phases over 7 years. Google is $15 billion, it will get invested over 3 years. So different companies, given the sector, have different time frame. But these are all firm commitments. These are not paper companies. That's the clear term. And so we are open to FDI investment. While FDI investment is very important for India and for Andhra Pradesh, I believe that homegrown entrepreneurs are equally, if not more important. So for me, it's not just about attracting the next billion or trillion. It's also about ensuring that a small, medium entrepreneur of India also succeeds in Andhra Pradesh. So for me, a mushroom processing unit is as important as Google data center. So that's what makes again Andhra Pradesh very unique. Right.
Sir, Vizag has already attracted Google. Now the CIA summit is also happening over there in Vizag. What would be the module for this? What kind of module is the state government following, and what for the other district? The Vizag is had become the hub for investments. What are the abilities for other districts?
No, I think the right word you should use is Andhra Pradesh has become the hub for investment. See, please understand that clusterization is our approach. So if you look at it, Kia is in Anantapur. So automotive hub is Anantapur. Renewable energy hub is North Anantapur and Karnool. In the same zone, we have cement hub. Electronics manufacturing hub is between Kadapa and Chittoor. I'm talking about erstwhile districts. Okay? So Kadapa and Chittoor. Nellore already is a very diversified manufacturing hub, and we are continuing to double down on the Nellore ecosystem. Prakasam is an entire compressed biogas ecosystem coming in there. If you look at Amravati, of course the capital is there, all the regulatory bodies are putting up their offices, the new capital city is getting built, but quantum ecosystem is coming in. It's not just about bringing a quantum computer. We are going about chasing the entire manufacturing ecosystem of quantum, and next generation quantum. The entire curriculum, the education, the vertical horizontal integration. East-West Godavari is the entire aqua ecosystem. You have the refineries, ports that are coming about, right? And North Andhra is where you have pharma, you have chemical hub, you have medical devices manufacturing, steel city, IT city. So if you look at it, we have a very clear laid out about close to 15 thrust areas, and that we're building out. But if you look at the incentives that we give to companies, yes, as a state, we give incentives to companies that choose backward districts more. So while companies that choose X district, which is already a developed district, get a tad bit lower incentives, because we want to ensure that development happens equally across the state. So if you see, Oberoi's of the world are building hotels in Rayalaseema and Visakhapatnam, right? Similarly, various other brands are also doing hotels across board. Like that, we're attracting companies. I mean, Kuppam, the Chief Minister's own constituency, has attracted substantial investments that it has never seen. And the reason is because it's on the axis of Chennai-Bangalore, the industrial corridor, the road connectivity. It made all the difference. So we are double downing on that.
Hi sir, I'm Sunita from ET now. I just have a couple of questions. You mentioned about giving entrepreneurs a push. What specifically are you doing to sort of integrate MSMEs into this huge investment boost that the state is going to expect? You also spoke about electronics manufacturing being one of the sectors.
Yeah.
In terms of the kind of investments that we can look forward to from global debt, will you be able to give a sense of that? And lastly, you also spoke about $120 billion worth of investment commitments. How much of these commitments could come from, neighboring countries as far as India is concerned, for instance, China, Vietnam?
So your first question was around MSME. Sorry, I don't have a pen. We're in a digital age era, so I'm not able to write it down. Can I borrow a pen, please? Thank you. So first was about MSME. Sorry, your second one was global breakup, and third one was neighboring. Okay. So regarding MSMEs, right? So we've restarted our entire startup ecosystem. The last 5 years was the bad 5 years for our state, and you know why. So we've restarted our entire ecosystem under the name of Ratan Tata ji. So it's called the Ratan Tata Innovation Hub, which is based out of Amravati, and there are nodes that go to close to 5 nodes that go to the important districts. There we have specific programs for MSMEs. And we are working with various other organizations, including CI and so on and so forth, on how do you take a 5,000 rupee business and make it a 50,000 rupee business? How do you make a 50,000 rupee business to a 5 lakh rupee business? This is possible when you have mentoring, number one. Number two, when you have educational institutions who are giving a lot of input to the entrepreneurs who are based out of there. So each of these have entrepreneurs leading it. There's next generation entrepreneurs who are part of it. We have educational institutions that have tied to it. And we are in the process of course, raising the money required to also nurture and invest in these startups. So we are sort of rebuilding that entire ecosystem, and that's something that we have done. Where greater impetus is there to MSME. First, second, I think we're one of the very first states, one of the very few states where every assembly constituency, we have an MSME park. It was yesterday that the Honorable Chief Minister launched the entire initiative. I think phase 1, close to 58 constituencies is where we have an MSME park. Just focus on MSME. So it's about someone who needs 500 square yards to about an acre. So these are your, and they create maximum number of jobs. So we totally understand that. And it's also aimed at promoting local entrepreneurs. So these MSME parks are about entrepreneurs in that particular constituency or entrepreneurs from other constituency who want to be part of that ecosystem, that cluster. So MSMEs, we are it's very close to our heart. When we, in spirit, we're actually implementing our MSME outlook. In terms of investments, that's between domestic and global. I would request you to give me 2 more days. This is merely a curtain raiser. I won't be able to. The entire movie will only get played out on the 14th and 15th. Yaar, 120 billion thodi teaser hai na yaar. You're asking a lot more. In terms of neighboring countries, under the leadership of our Honorable Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi ji, relationships have substantively improved. And we are seeing a lot of focus now coming back into sectors, especially in electronics. That's very, very good news. It's very, very important to build the entire component ecosystem, and that's something that's again very close to our heart in Andhra Pradesh. So if you look at it, we already have TCL and various other companies that we got in our third term, which is between 14 and 19. TCL is one of the world's largest TV panel manufacturers, and they're doing exceptionally well in the ecosystem that we have built. But we can do a lot more. That's just the beginning again. So again, just give us some more time. Give us 48 hours and you'll hear it out.
I'm Shruti with Bloomberg. I just wanted to get your perspective. How is your state dealing with the US tariffs? And do you think that investment plans which we have, do you think it's likely to get dented by whatever policies US is putting right now?
Well, crisis is always an opportunity. India has always done well when there is crisis. A great example of it is our entire shrimp ecosystem. We have 50% tariffs. Our closest competitor is Ecuador, which has 16% tariffs. So there's a difference there of close to 34%. In that, I've sat personally with the sector because I'm the chair of the group of ministers to create 20 lakh jobs. So anything to do with job creation, it's part of my responsibility. So I sat with the ministers, we've had interaction with the industry, and we proactively looked at how we can help as a state. So one of it is reduction of power tariff to the shrimp farmers. So it was close to, I think, 4 rupees, and now it's down to 1.5 rupees. That itself gives a lot of break. So we sort of worked with the industry to say, well, 34% is the challenge statement. Let's work on the 34%. That's one. 2, we've opened up to new markets. Ukraine, Russia, Australia. So we have proactively worked with the governments there to sort of reopen. Some have closed their markets, so we worked with them to reopen the markets. Some are new markets. So I believe at the end of it, the pie will be a lot bigger. And sectors, companies will not be very, just one country specific. I think that diversification is always good. So that's been our approach. And I'm sure that we will find a solution as a nation.
So just to follow up, when you're interacting with investors, do you think they are iffy about the investments right now, given the US policies, or they are on board with you now?
Well, if you look at it, South Asia's largest quantum computer is coming from the US to Andhra Pradesh. So it's an example of that. Well, $15 billion worth of investment by Google is happening in Andhra Pradesh. So it's a testimony to that. So,
Sir?
I'm going, if you don't mind, because that's coming back to you.
So hi, this is Karishma from Business Today. In terms of your capex, from what you've got from the center and also the state capitals, how well are you utilizing that in order to attract these investments, and do you seek any additional allocation because of so many investments and interest and opportunities coming to the state? How do you reckon the center?
So there are 2 parts, right? One is just the hard infrastructure. Second is the soft infrastructure. So first let me address the hard. So if you look at it, we spoke about the 3 industrial corridors that pass through Andhra Pradesh. We are very lucky in that sense. There are very few states that have that. So there's already money available. and we are leveraging it quite effectively. So Koparthi and Orvakal industrial nodes have got favorable dispensation from Government of India as part of building these nodes. So we are using those resources effectively to build out. Two, we now have a economic region approach. So Visakhapatnam economic region, Amravati economic region, Rayalaseema economic region. So there again, with the clusterization approach, with the forecast that we have, okay, what's going to happen in the next decade, 2 decades, what is the infra, what is the power, what is the soft infra, the whole 9 yards is getting planned out. So we're launching the report of Visakhapatnam Economic Corridor tomorrow. So that will have a lot more details. And then we'll create a special purpose vehicle and we'll go about raising money. And if required, we'll definitely knock on the doors of Delhi. No second thoughts about it. Now let me come to the soft part. This is very, very important. We have to create an enabling environment for industries to thrive. So things like labor reforms, Factories Act. These are subjects that we are going into threadbare. We are working with the industry to understand the challenges. Let's talk about labor reforms, right? Women working the night shift in electronics manufacturing. Today, it's not allowed. So these are nuances that we're sort of working through. I'm also working with the industry to give me feedback on what are the challenges that they're facing at the field level, cutting edge level. So what part of the process can be automated? What part of the permissions can be real time is something that we're working with the industry on. So speed of doing business is something that we take very seriously and we believe is a competitive advantage. Thank you.
So how many ministers of foreign countries are participating in this summit? If you can name a few of them. And the second question is, can you have also understand that in India and China have improved a lot? So have you invited Chinese firms to take part in this summit, and are you ready to take receive investment, take investment from Chinese firms, especially in sectors like electronics, IT?
So, honestly, the first question, I don't have the information readily available with me. I'll share it with you once the press PC is done. The second part, we are open to taking investment from all the major players in the world and all the major countries that are looking at investing in India. So again, I'm not one country specific focused as a state. I'm sector focused. So electronics, if Chinese companies want to invest in the electronics sector, for me that's a game. But there are a lot of other countries also who have a certain role to play in the electronics sector who are already investing, which is an example of it is South Korea. So we have LG, which is setting up a massive plant in Andhra Pradesh. So like that we are attracting investments from across, but we are very sector specific. And if companies want to invest in Andhra, we are willing to take. We are willing to ensure that they have a soft landing. First question, I'll get the information. Exchange.
What delegates more than 50 countries? And
ministers, they're trade ministers. So
this is almost 30 countries.
I know, but I don't want to get the number wrong because again he'll ask me tomorrow. So let me get the right number. I don't have it readily available. But I know that Singapore has 2 ministers coming in. I know various other countries have ministerial delegations. UAE has, they're coming. There are large contingents coming. But let me give the numbers as I get them, please. Thank you.
There is of course, a continuing issue in India with regard to land acquisition. Every company says that in Thailand you can get land within a week. In India it takes years. That deters investments to a great extent. How are you trying to overcome that? I believe that Andhra Pradesh has tried to create a large land parcel, but how are you trying to expedite the process of land acquisition?
You said Vietnam, right? Is the country that you said?
I was Thailand.
Sorry, Thailand, right? Thailand is the country where you can get it within a week.
Yeah.
Come to Andhra Pradesh, we'll give it to you in 6 days. That is the speed at which we're working. So, see, what's important is to ensure that people are also part of progress. People are also part of the partnership. So we have created a very proactive policy in that sense. So if you look at it, even farmers who together can come together and create their own industrial park. So one of the very few states that have done created such kind of policies. Amravati is a great example of land pooling. Because last 5 years again has been a distortion bad dream for Andhra Pradesh. But beyond that, if you look at it, we already have large land banks in place. All the MSME parks already land bank is there. We are now focused on execution. So, if you look at ArcelorMittal, it's a sizable project. It's about close to 2,500 acres. We've had no issue, environmental clearing ho gaya. The whole process is now complete. So we go. I mean, it's equally, if you want to bring a massive investment or a medium investment, all of us have a role to play. So industry partners have to go work with the locals. Politically, we'll have to work with the locals. Create a sense of unity. But, there will be cases where we might not succeed always. So be it. But, there's no perfect solution.
I'm moving from ILS. So what policy reforms or incentives have been or will be introduced to make Visakhapatnam attractive to volunteers? And second is, how are you going to ensure that local skill sets are developed so that the jobs remain in the state?
Good question. Policies are meant for Andhra Pradesh and not Visakhapatnam. We already have policy frameworks in place. We share with you all the policies that we have, where incentives and all are clearly laid out. So we already have a robust policy. Again, with the changing environment and newer opportunities coming in, like quantum, we had to come with a policy around quantum, and which we did in the last cabinet, and the GO will be issued. I just cleared it while coming here, so the GO will get cleared and the policy will be out. So again, policies are already there and newer policies will come. And you asked a very good question on skill set. Mr. Naidu, during his campaign, has clearly stated that India needs skill census. So once Mr. Naidu makes a commitment to India, then it is then our job to go about executing it. So we've tried, and skill census is not easy. Because these are trades across sectors. You have a plumber, you have an air conditioning mechanic, you have a carpenter, and so on and so forth. Automotive mechanic, or an AI engineer. Now, how do you assess their skills? So, we tried a sort of a skill census in the traditional census way, and I failed. It's in my own constituency. I tried it, and we failed, miserably failed. So now what we've done, and this will, I think this could be a model that will work. We're using AI. And we are assessing skills. So if you are a carpenter, for example, so we are creating a conversational AI piece where it will ask you questions on certain technical topics of carpentry or AC mechanic, and it will assess you based on that. So we've just done it. I think we are about a month old into it. We are fine-tuning it, and this is going to be part of a larger initiative called Naidu. And Naidu is a portal we are launching, where we are of course aggregating supply and demand. So demand in Andhra Pradesh, supply in Andhra Pradesh, trying to match them. But parallelly we are doing this assessment also, so that youngsters will also of course get trained in interview, and they can hone their skills before they go to an interview, and so on and so forth. But it will also enable us as a state to exactly understand where are our citizens falling behind, exactly which part. Then skill intervention, both online and offline, can be given at a very razor sharp level. So that's the unique initiative that we are doing. So, thank you. Okay, so we have. This is quite a big number, but we have 464 overseas delegates, we have 58 diplomats, 13 ambassadors / high commissions, 4 deputy heads of mission,
62 countries.
5 consular generals, 62 countries that are represented is what we currently have, and various countries are bringing in the delegation. Exact ministerial delegation, I'll send the details. That's not here, but I'll send the details to you. Thank you.
I have a question regarding the last government. Do you have a message for them? Because when Andhra Pradesh got Google, there were certain statements that were made.
Well, I think it's good that states are competing. As I said, when states compete, India wins. Competition is very good. If you look at it erstwhile, if I may, Naidu 1.0, in 94-95, during that, what I call the golden era for combined Andhra Pradesh, it was Mr. Naidu and S.M. Krishna ji who were competing for investments, to get foreign dignitaries to come and visit. There's a whole fight between S.M. Krishna ji and Naidu ji when Mr. Clinton visited India, which state you'd host, and then of course he came to Hyderabad. So that's good. That's how I believe that both cities did exceptionally well, and I think states will do exceptionally well. So competition is good, and we invite competition. It gets the best out of us. Thank you.
Yeah, in the out of the 120 billion dollar investment commitment that you said, how much is expected from the overseas, and which are the sectors?
Give me time till 14th and 15th. I'll officially tell you. This is only a curtain raiser. You're asking for all the information. All the details are there. 14th, 15th will officially announce it. Yeah? So energy bhi hoga, manufacturing bhi hai. Both domestic and foreign investments are also there.
Will be new, not the already.
No. No, वो हो गया. We are busy now laying foundations here. For the 120 billion that have committed from 1st of this month till now, almost 3 months, our calendar is tight. So we are busy laying foundation, including ArcelorMittal, Google, various other developers coming in, building grade A office space, solar cell manufacturing. So this is in addition to that.
And Deeptiman, right from Indian Express. One small question is, in the past 15 months, what is the quantum of investments that have been able to actualize on ground in Andhra Pradesh? And if you can tell us, the sectors which have attracted, the maximum investments, just 2-3 sectors at the top?
In terms of sectors, maximum dollar investment would of course be energy. Renewable energy is one sector that we've attracted substantive investment. Second, of course, would be steel, thanks to ArcelorMittal, and in the recent cabinet also we cleared one more, which is coming to Vijayanagaram, which is one of the backward districts of Andhra Pradesh, North Andhra, but backward district. So we've attracted one more. I thought we had only one steel city, then of course second one came thanks to ArcelorMittal. Now third one is coming up. So that's another investment that we've attracted. So steel is one big sector, and of course IT. Thanks to now the entire data center ecosystem that we have built. In terms of the 120 billion exact details, let me come back and share that with you. But with all fairness, I would say greater part of it is actually getting grounded as we speak. Because please understand that I think we've just signed Google or announced Google, I think about 45 days back, and we are laying foundation. So,
what are the jobs actually you created in last 16 months? What actual number of jobs you created in last 16 months?
About close to 2 lakh jobs directly we created. Yes, sir.
Sir, Ashish, to understand, investments like Google or ArcelorMittal also create a lot of step-down industries.
Exactly.
For example, the Google investment will create which looks after a lot of telecom industries in the private way there. So how prepared are you to also offer them incentives on par with other states or let's say even other countries?
Other states, absolutely. Other countries, case by case, we'll have to evaluate. But you are absolutely right. The kind of multiplier effect it has is substantive. And that is why we are giving something called an early bird incentive. So companies that have chosen in certain sectors, Andhra Pradesh, now, the first 10 companies will have a better incentive package, because we believe that they are the catalyst that will build the entire ecosystem. So, as you rightly said, a data center has a potential to create a 25x multiplier impact. So after we signed Google, we flew back with the Honorable CM and we were there with him. The entire discussion was, what are the next steps to get the 25x multiplier? In terms of fintech, various other sectors, including manufacturing. because these servers have to be upgraded every periodic time. So how do you get that manufacturing ecosystem again into Andhra Pradesh? So this is something that we threadbare discussed. Now, are we there? I mean, are we ready? Absolutely, we are ready to attract investments. Is the infrastructure built? It is getting built out. So I'll give you an example. Now, our entire ambition is to build a 6 gigawatt of data center capacity. That is my policy stand. And once Mr. Naidu gives a policy stand at 6 gigawatt, you have to do, we will do it. We will not, all of us sitting on this side of the table will not even sleep till it's done. That's great, 6 gigawatt is great. Now I have to get 6 gigawatt of renewable energy. And I need a base load, which could be different fossil fuels. So I have to work on solar, wind, pump storage projects. I have to make sure that they commission in time with the data centers coming on stream. And then I have to ensure the base load, which is fossil fuel, certain type of maybe a bit of thermal or gas, whatever it is. The base load has to also be in place. So we are working. That is why there's a group of ministers that is created by the Honorable CM to ensure that this coordination among ourselves and ensure that we are able to, in toto, execute these projects. Because again, we don't want that yaar company aa gaya, but there's no road. Or data center is built, bijli nahi hai. We don't want to be in that situation. Absolutely. We will only make India proud. No way. Thank you.
Sir, you said that India, many states have double engine sarkar, but only Andhra Pradesh have double engine speed bullet train sarkar.
Yes.
Even CM Naidu, Honorable CM Naidu, in his previous public meeting, he said that many investors are ready to invest in Andhra Pradesh, but they are worried about if the regime change happen, who will give the security for the investments. So what you have also just now mentioned in many of your sayings that the previous 5 years were absolutely went wrong for Andhra Pradesh. Are any other investors asked you on face that yes, what would be the if previous regime comes into power?
First 6 months I had those questions. After that everyone forgot, everyone's moved on. Everyone understands that whatever India government does stands the test of time and politics. So if you look at it, yes, there was some damage, but because of the strong policies and the framework that the government followed in each of this while giving a project or executing a project, has ensured that the project has continued. So if you look at it, PPAs were unilaterally cancelled. The court again struck it down because whatever process was followed was ironclad. Amravati, they tried shifting the capital. The court said no way. Why? Because there is a strong agreement between the farmers and the government to ensure that the capital will remain where it is, and a capital is not just about administrative buildings, it is about the High Court and various other institutions that make up a truly vibrant capital. So whatever we do, whatever policies we do, yes, we are in a hurry, we are delivering on speed, but we are not breaking the law. Due process is being followed on every decision that we take. Every proposal, due process is followed. Only after that we do. So yes, we will have SAPC one day, SAPB next day, Cabinet third day. 3 days we are clearing proposals. But we'll ensure all 3 meetings happen. All the viewpoints in those meetings are considered when it comes to the Cabinet meeting. So due process is being followed. Thank you.
Yeah, I think with this, we are completely running out of time, and our Minister has very important engagements. So thank you very much for joining this very interactive and engaging session, and thank you, Honorable Minister, for sharing his vision and perspective and the policy direction ahead. And I would request you all, invite you all once again to come and witness, see for yourself. I think all of your questions will be answered there itself.